Hey, what's up, guys? You're watching the Gamestork. They call me the Gamestork because I deliver. And today's delivery is awesome. Oh, man, we're finally going to talk about it. The PS5, these cartridges, what does this mean? Is there a portable console coming? What do I think that this is? I finally did a little bit of research, and I think I've got this figured out. Really quick, if you guys like this content, be sure to go ahead and hit subscribe below. Hit that bell also so that you get notifications about all these great game updates from Gamestork, because I'm gonna deliver for you, right? Okay, so with that was kind of lame, but just do it anyway. Let's go. Alright, so the Dutch tech website Let's Go Digital has managed to get a hold of yet another patent. Another patent with pictures that could shed light on Sony's plans on what they're doing with these cartridges in the next generation console hardware. Now, this talks about the Sony PlayStation Cartridge in the patents. Now, if you haven't seen this online yet, well, the reason I haven't made a video is because I wanted to dig a little bit more, but this is what everyone's saying up to this point. There were earlier patents showing that there was an enclosed cartridge that Sony had patented, and what's got out is that they are officially going to be competing with the Nintendo Switch. They're pushing out yet another PSP 5G or whatever it is. I've heard like a lot of stuff, a Vita 2 and this and that. Now, first of all, as much as I would love another PlayStation Portable, okay, just taking away the fact that the Vita was an absolute failure and it failed me and I was upset, and that's the only console purchase I've ever regretted, okay? I just really don't think that Sony is going to go down that road again. Financially, I don't see them doing this. I don't see that it's, very viable for them. Not to mention the gimmick that Nintendo has is take home console games on the go. And for the PlayStation 5 to boast as much power as it has, it's going to be impossible for them to get that type of power on the go. So unless they could match what Nintendo's doing with bringing home consoles with you, I very much doubt that they're going to do a portable console. Still, a lot of people have said this is a possibility. But after doing a little bit more research and digging in this and having already speculated about that, there's really another possibility. At the end of June 2019, Sony Entertainment Interactive filed a patent in INPI, which is they're patenting in Brazil. And the design patent entitled Configuration Applied to and Data Recording and Storage Equipment was published on November the 5th in 2019. Remarkably, the developers of the kit Sony PlayStation 5 was patented by the same body. So we already know that those other patents were legit, which means that these patents are also legit. This means that these patents actually hold some weight. So, knowing this, we go into this saying not only is this real, that these cartridges are actually something, but we now can start talking about it. If these cartridges were to a portable console, we probably would already be seeing patents for that console, for designs, and stuff like that for those to fit in. Let's Go Digital suggests that users will be able to use this PS5 or maybe retro style cartridges to upgrade their system storage, and that's what I agree with. That's what I'm thinking, that this is an internal storage solution in their next generation console. Now, if you think about this, if you look at games today, okay, let's just say this, games today that honestly are coming out like Red Dead Redemption 2, the new Call of Duty, which are like 100 gigs plus. Most consoles, especially the PS4 console, they come like 500 gigs max. That means you can download like 5 games, and there's no really good solution for expandable storage. Now, I know you guys are like, well, I'll hook 9 different SD cards and we'll rock and roll. But as file sizes get bigger and bigger, players often find themselves having to download and re-download games. Like me, I'm constantly having to delete games. Constantly. I have to delete them and delete them and delete them and delete them. Again, the PS4 units come 500 gig. You might get a terabyte console, but still, if games in the next generation come out and there's a base console 1 terabyte, that means that's like 10 games, maybe 9, and not filling up the system. That's not many games, especially considering the digital age is on the rise, and we can expect this because it's just happening. I've even gone digital, and I prefer physical media. It's insane. It's just like the thing that happens. I don't know. I have children, and when you go digital, your kids can't tear up the disc or the cartridges, okay? That's just the reality of this situation. So this new hardware will open up a whole new market for Sony, and you'll effectively be able to buy these solid-state drive or SSDs to increase the amount of space available for games on the console, increasing the modular sense of space in your library. Now imagine this not being internal but external, and this is kind of like a modern day memory card if you really want to get down to it. Something that can plug in and pull out, and it has multiple terabytes on it with data. You could potentially leave these in, buy multiples to push them in, and they're also very high speed cartridges that are going to play these games very, very well. This to me is really cool, and the idea that they're bringing back the idea of this modern day memory card, right, is pretty neat. Except it's not necessarily a memory card, it's more like storing the actual game on it, which I think is awesome. But it's a physical medium. Now, this is even referenced in the patent filing itself, translated from Portuguese. The patent notes configuration applied to in-data recording and storage equipment. So that means this is not a cartridge that holds a game for a portable console. That means that this is a storage for a game that is going to be either put in and out. Now, I guess you could apply that if you really wanted to stretch this out, but the fact is there's no evidence to show that this is for a portable console. We could see a next-gen setup where the PlayStation 5 is sold with quite a small amount of internal memory. This is going to save them money, and if they really want to push that $399 price tag that they've, been leaking out through investor calls, then this is going to be where it's at. If they push these consoles out with a very small amount of internal memory and then sell these solid-state drives on the outside as a third-party item, it was still, a first-party item that's separate than the PS4, which also come in third-party. Mad Catz is coming back. Just kidding, it's not. Then it makes sense. I mean, how are they going to cut their costs? We see this happening with Nintendo constantly. They're like, how do we cut the costs? How do we get this stuff cheaper and get it into people's pockets? And don't think that Sony's not thinking the same way. They're looking at this console and they're saying, how are we going to cut these costs? How are we going to get this $100 cheaper? How are we going to be Xbox and still be more powerful? And this is their solution. They're going to reduce the memory of the console, make a cheaper drive internally, which is smaller, and they're going to market these SSD drives that you can purchase and plug in for your fast storage device awesomeness. Okay, that's exactly what's going to happen. So that's what we're going to see. We're going to see they're going to shift this price entry lower and have physical copies of games by loading them on the SSDs. And the thing that gets me, or the question that makes me wonder, is can these be rewritten in the future? Now, the idea is this for a digital game, but I'm certain, considering the fact that they have already claimed that this is going to play discs that are like super awesome, mega special, amazing discs, that we're still going to have that Blu-ray drive that's going to play these amazing discs with amazing amounts of storage. But what does that mean for this? Because even in a digital age, that means the SSD cards, okay, that we see would still make that a physical medium. Only, if you can't rewrite them. If you can rewrite them and save whatever games you want at any time and delete them anytime, then that makes sense. And I think that's the way that they're going to go, where this is going to be external storage that winds up being kind of internal storage. And we're going to have a PS5 with these things plugged in the back. Now, I'm hoping that this being a powerful console like they're promising that it will be, that we'll have the opportunity to buy quite a few of these and plug them in and, not have to delete these games. I think it's a cool concept. But as of right now, it's just a possibility, and it's what the old Gamestork here thinks. I'm interested to see, honestly, how this is going to play out. And I'm interested to see. I don't think we're that far away, considering the fact that, this is coming out next year. I expect all this to be revealed like in its entirety at E3. And I know what you guys are thinking. You're like, well, Sony said they're not coming back to E3. And they're like, yeah, they're going to come to E3. Like, if they have a console reveal, there will at least be a video there they will at least do what Nintendo does, and there will be some type of reveal right there in June, showing us the PS5 in its entirety, and this will be revealed. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, guys. I certainly appreciate you. Be sure to like and subscribe. I said that over and over, but do it. Hit the bell. It's awesome. Let's grow this channel so that you get all the best information delivered right to you, right here from the Gamestork. Let me know how you feel about this in the comments below. I love reading your comments, and I can't wait to see what you think. We'll see you next time. Agadoosh.
Gamestork, delivering news, reviews, and playthroughs like a newborn baby.